Authority control. What is it, and why does your library need it? In this video, we'll address how authority control improves the library experience for our patrons, and what happens when we ignore it. Authority control is a process that enhances discovery in your library catalog by standardizing name and subject headings in your MARC records. In layman's terms, each name and subject in your catalog provides an access point, linking a patron's search to a relevant book or other resource. A catalog with more access points will help patrons more easily find what they're looking for. At its core, authority control makes your collection more accessible through standardization procedures. It is governed by rules for how names and subjects are constructed and used, and most libraries use the authorized terms provided by the Library of Congress. Other authority sources may be useful for particular genres, specializations, and media formats. There is also room to incorporate local practices, just as long as that practice is consistent. Authority control ensures that all creators, such as authors, artists, composers, and so forth, subjects, and related names follow a prescribed pattern and use the same terminology throughout the catalog. Creating this authorized version of a name or subject heading standardizes these access points, retaining obsolete and alternate versions of a heading behind the scenes for search purposes, while displaying current and accurate terminology in search results. Authority control also cross-references names and subjects with pseudonyms and synonyms, multiplying the access points for your patron searches. If someone was known by a previous name, such as Prince or Snoop Dogg, all items by that creator would be identified because the terms within the bibliographic record would be the same. Here's an example of Snoop Dogg's authority record. We can see a variety of previous names and aliases by which he has been known. Your ILS references an authority file as a part of the search algorithm and will return the correct results whether a patron is searching Snoop Lion, some other alias, or his real name, Calvin Brodus. The system recognizes all of these terms as variations of the creator's identity. The same is true for topical, geographical, or other types of subjects. What happens if a library doesn't do authority control? This depends on your ILS and discovery layer. Some discovery layers use keywords from the bibliographic records. If terms aren't standardized or they contain misspellings, discoverability will be diminished. Some discovery layers will use your authority records, even if they've become outdated. This means that aging authority catalogs aren't as robust or up to date as one receiving consistent authority control. Other discovery layers will use a combination of the bibliographic and authority records, or even incorporate linked data URIs. The big concern is ultimately whether or not a user will be able to view all of the results of a search. Will they be missing pieces of the puzzle? In essence, authority control is a step that finds the missing pieces and completes the full picture. Let's take a look at an example to see just how muddy this can get without authority control. In 2019, the LC subject heading for the DC Comics character Garth, codenamed Aqualad, was updated to Tempest, fictitious character from DC Comics Incorporated, to distinguish it from a new name heading, Aqualad, fictitious character Jackson Hyde. To add confusion to the mix, the name Tempest can also be attributed to the work by Shakespeare. Now, let's say your catalog still contains the old authority record for Aqualad. Well, which Aqualad will they find? If a patron is searching for Jackson Hyde, will they receive results for Garth? If they're searching for Tempest, will their search only return copies of Shakespeare's work? Holes in your search, even using advanced filters, become more numerous and pronounced when there's not consistent maintenance in the catalog. Authority control will automatically update old headings, add new headings, and create an incredible web of interlinked data to ensure the best possible search results for your users. At the end of the day, our goal is to help patrons find the materials that they're looking for. Authority control remains one of the strongest data assets to this end.